Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jennie Montgomery. Thank you for spending time with me today, and you are in for a big treat.
Oh, take it off. Take it off. Skylar, it's okay. There's your donut. That'll make you feel better.
We're doing a show about mothers and daughters. Today, my girls are here. I have no idea how they will try to embarrass me. And a mother-daughter duo who've recently launched their first children's book. Hear what it was like for them to be collaborators, and if anyone got bossy. It is a fun show, and I'm ready to make my way to the hot seat right after this break. Don't go away. Well, this is something I have wanted to do for a long time now. Introduce all of you to my daughters, Maddy and Sky. And I also have a son, my eldest, Zach, who is 30, but I'm not holding my breath that I'll be able to get him to join me on the red couch one day. Not gonna happen. The good news is, though, that I actually do have my girls here today, and I know some of you will still remember when I was pregnant on air with Sky Baby over here. Time flies. She is 28 now, and Maddy is 29. And girls, that is as much as we have scripted for this interview today, your little introductions. I have been warned by them that their goal is to make me mad and so that I storm off the set. And our good friend Brandon Dawson is standing by, ready to go live on Facebook if that were to happen. But I know y'all aren't going to do that to me.
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. No, this was the first time that our age was exposed, and I don't think I was comfortable with it.
Yeah, I thought you were just double checking beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think it's relevant because I've been at Channel 6 for so long now. I mean, you all totally grew up in the old building because your dad and I both worked at Channel 6. And that was just like a second home to you. That was the only workplace you knew for your parents. And so you've just been children that have grown up in the Channel 6 family. And now, yeah, I mean, all of you are 30-ish. So that's just really weird.
Too far.
Really weird.
Too far.
But Sky, we're glad you are back. You work near the Outer Banks at Camp Don Lee.
Kind of. Yes.
Yeah, in Arapahoe, North Carolina. And so we're glad that we caught you when you were in town to be able to do this. And Maddy, you work here at the medical college.
Well, Augusta University, yeah. Yep.
Yes.
And Sky was in town for your birthday. I think it's only fair we expose your
I
age.
don't think it's
68. Can you believe it?
Come on. No, 62.
Trying hard to get that storming off.
Thank you so much. Okay. Well, knives drawn, I can see. Okay. Wow. Okay. Rude.
It is funny, though, thinking about growing up here. Sky and I were talking about that in the station, how we just have such a unique experience because it was you and Dad here. So there were kind of no rules. And I remember when I started in the workforce, my first thought was, I'm not married, I don't have kids, I'm not responsible for anybody but me. How did they do it with 3 children?
Yeah.
And then it has switched to, how did they allow us to cause the terror that we did? And did you know what kind of terror we were causing to all of your coworkers?
The amount of times I accidentally found my way into the shots. I mean,
you did find your way into a few shots sometimes that we'll never forget. And our dear George Myers, who was with us for so long.
Great babysitter.
George would always play games with you all down in the studio before the news.
With toilet paper. I mean, we would throw it back and forth.
Monkey in the middle.
Which was rigged because they were elevated and the monkey's in the middle, you know, a little bit low. And I'm already the shortest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have a chance, Sky.
No.
Didn't have a chance.
Didn't.
But
Wow.
even more than just George having to babysit us, you know, we would hide behind like the vending machines and jump out and scare anybody, even if we didn't know them.
That was fun.
Because we thought that was funny. And now I just think if I were at work and a toddler jumped out from behind the vending machine, I would have so many questions and so many concerns.
Jumping from the stairs to the ledge.
You know, it's kind of like we had 3 under 3, and those years are sort of a blur to me. It was it was a time in our lives when your dad and I, at the end of the day, if we had 3 breathing bodies in their cribs or their beds, whatever, we felt like this was a successful day. We made it. Everybody is still with us. It's a good day. There were definitely challenges, And, you know, I think we worried a lot about, oh my gosh, they certainly do not have a traditional family setting where supper's ready at 6 o'clock and everybody comes and sits down together. And what I discovered along the way was you all didn't know that anyway. Yeah. You didn't know that. All you knew was dysfunction, and so you're okay.
Yeah,
There's a lot that needs to be unpacked at some point.
Yeah, yeah. For the next interview, let's bring a therapist, maybe. Really unpack it, get down to the nitty gritty.
Well, I think that you are all great contributing members of our society, and I'm
I thought
so
you were going to say
proud.
the news station. We can run that teleprompter like nobody's business.
You can, yeah, you can. It was Maddie could run the prompter when she was in the 2nd grade.
That's
she was
right.
great at teleprompter.
Sound it out.
It helped her with her reading, yes. There have been times we have had teleprompters in the past, teleprompter operators, and Brad would go, "Can somebody get Maddie? Can somebody get Maddie up here?"
It was fun. You know, you realized that you could control how fast you and Brad were talking.
So
if I wanted y'all to talk faster, I had all the power.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
You said earlier that there were no rules. I mean, we're just outlaws. No rules for you. But the rule for me was Maddie is in charge. So
And that's still the rule. to
It's
this
still
day.
the rule.
That was kind of the rule in our family. Maddie is the middle, Maddie in the middle. And what we learned as a family was, you know how a lot of families say, when mama's happy, everybody's happy. For us, it was when Maddie's happy, everybody's happy. From the time she was little. I mean, we have videos of Maddie, and it is just the funniest thing because Maddie always had a passy in her mouth. And we have videos where she is toddling down like in her diaper and her passy, and you hear me saying off camera, "Maddie, go check the baby. How's the baby?" And we look at it now and we're like, oh my God, Maddie was just a baby herself.
Yeah.
Somebody had to keep the ship running.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that
You
29
raised me
years
well.
later.
Thank you.
I'm still working on it. But
Yeah.
Like I said, you are both contributing members to our society, and you had different paths. Maddie, you went with a real, you were the one child that went through high school, and you went through college, and you graduated, and it all happened in natural order. And Sky, you have been more of the school of life child.
Yeah.
Okay. And
That's a
and
great
I
way to say
really
it.
love that. I love that. And then your brother Zach started out strong, took a little gap in there, finished up strong, but it all had to be on his time, you know. And what's interesting is that you've just gone into, Maddie, most of your work life has been in higher education. The jobs you've had have been more about higher education. That's something that you really see so much value in.
absolutely, I love it. But I also think that just seeing our own experiences, what Sky and Zach have done, I've been able to realize like higher education is great. I totally believe in it. That's why I'm so passionate about working in this field. But I think everybody has to find their own path. And I remember being at Zach's graduation just sobbing uncontrollably because I was so proud. It was not the traditional path in the sense of what I did, you know, graduate high school, start in the fall in a higher education.
Do everything available to you in college.
Everything
you did
I could.
everything in college.
And but Zach did it on his own terms, and he totally thrived. And that's something he wouldn't have gotten if he had stayed with the traditional path. So I think it's higher education is the best experience you can get, but I think you have to do it when it's right for you.
Yeah.
And along a path that's right for you. I don't think if you go in with the goal of I will be out of here in 4 years, that you're going to miss the whole point. You need to go and discover who you are.
And Sky, you have discovered who you are through a lot of your summer job experiences working as a camp counselor. And then that has just morphed into a full-time position year round.
Yeah, year-round position, and summer's a big part of our facility, and it's very fun, and I see a lot of the value in summer camp and what kids can get out of small group camping.
And you're at a sailing camp,
Yes,
right?
we sail every day. It's so much fun.
But you also
Highly
have
recommend.
a whole big education component with that.
Yes, so in the off season we do retreats, which is my job, so groups come for the weekend, and then during the weekdays we have school groups come and we lead the field trips, and it's environmental education, and that's also great. I also did that for a year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know that, but yeah.
Right. I think that what my goal for both of you and your brother is that you find your path. You find what makes you thrive, because I always feel like I've been so blessed in my work, because I feel like what I do is just an extension of me. And I've always loved my work. And I think that when you do love what you do, it's just how you manage to balance everything, and you balance your family and your values. And you all saw a lot of that. You learned a lot about, about the importance, I think, of career, but also family, because I think we tried really, really hard to spend a lot of family time together too.
We totally did.
Definitely.
And I think that you're also a really good example of not sticking to a traditional path,
Yeah.
You look at where you are now, I think anybody watching could assume that you have your journalism degree and you started on the desk right away and that's what happened, but there's so much more to that story.
Very roundabout.
And,
Right.
I love telling people, oh no.
Starting with a psychology degree, not a
Right.
journalism
And
degree.
then hair,
Yeah.
you owned a
Yeah.
hair salon for 6
You
years.
owned the salon.
And there's
Right.
so much to your story that I think is important, because you lived the life in the moment you were in, and it all weaves together to make who you are today.
Oh, that's a really nice way to put it, Maddie.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
I like
Well
that
done.
very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so if I take this on the road, will you be my publicist? That's really good.
That's nice.
Okay,
That's
and
nice.
we'll do that, and then we're going to have a podcast
Yeah.
one day.
But she's going to be the producer of the podcast.
She needs to be, just the way,
Yeah.
like when we play family games, we have discovered Maddie is
Oh,
the
yeah.
game master,
It's
and
not
she
fun.
keeps things going.
No,
It's
I tried that
entertaining.
yesterday,
It's
but
not
it didn't go well.
Someone has
Well-
to keep us in line.
You know, the one thing that we do want to do is let everybody know that your brother is spectacular and that he is available, right? We want to let people know Zach
Listen,
is
if you
available.
enjoyed this conversation, you too can be part of the family. Yeah.
Zach is single. We don't know if he's okay.
He's going to kill us.
Might be ready to mingle. We're ready for him. And we're
He's
hoping
great,
that he never
funny.
sees this. You know him. You've never
Y'all,
heard
Scouts
this.
honor.
Y'all are
We're not
hilarious.
talking about this.
You are hilarious. Maddie, by the way, is married, and she lives just in the same neighborhood around the corner, and I love that. What I love is the relationship that we have as adults. You know, I think what I have been so blessed to learn as a mother is that I have enjoyed my kids at all ages, and the relationships that we have as adults, I cherish that.
But
I
what
love
was your
it so
favorite
much.
age when we were kids?
When
When we're all under 18, like when you look back. What
Okay,
was your favorite
my favorite baby age
raise?
is when a baby gets to be 5 months, because you don't feel like you're holding an egg anymore. Okay, so 5 months, and then I adore 15 months. A little 15-month-old toddler
Wow.
is just so coming in. And you know, I loved it so much that each time I had a 15-month-old, there was another baby in the family.
Yeah.
So
So you went like 20 years before you like had a good time again?
I was about to say there was a big gap.
Are
between
you
15
kidding?
months and
Wow.
18 years.
No, I loved all of it. I loved it
such
all.
a mom
That's what I'm
answer.
saying.
Yeah, such a mom
Just like I
answer.
love all of you exactly the same. There are no favorites.
I like that you brought this up again.
Okay.
Okay. Who is your favorite child?
Okay, can I
And
tell you?
why is it me?
All right. Can I also tell you that for the last minute and a half, Jared has been rapping me in my ear?
Good.
Jared, not
Okay.
now.
Okay, so we
him
have
to
to
wrap you
bring
on the
this
daily.
to a close. No, we need to wrap her. Okay.
We gotta get you to storm out of here, Mom.
No, we're not storming out. We're not storming
All right,
out.
one more time.
I'm telling you both that I love you so much. Thank you for your time, for being here with me today.
Love
All
you.
right. I love you too. Y'all are just the bomb.